Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Kosi's Astro podcast. My name is Kosi. How are you people doing? Back with another transfer video. We're gonna discuss a lot, in terms of Eduardo Camavinga, in terms of David Louis. Now, all my sources have confirmed David Louis will be leaving the club this summer. We shall not have David Louis next season, and it really puts a big question on Arsenal's centre back situation. A lot of speculation has been around. What does David Louis going away mean to Arsenal's centre back situation? So we're gonna speak about that, but we are also gonna speak about Eduardo Camavinga because it looks like he is the priority. He is the player Mikel Arteta wants. It's not Bissouma, like reports had I claimed that Arsenal are looking at Bissouma as the long-term project. It is Eduardo Camavinga, and Mikel Arteta says his priority is Eduardo Camavinga. The first player he wants to sign is Camavinga, not Yavis Bissouma. So you're gonna discuss a lot, really a lot. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed to the to the channel as well. And tell me what you think about David Louis leaving the club. Of course, many people are looking at it as in the William Saliba perspective. You're going to talk about that because there is also news about William Saliba and what actually that means. David Louis what David Louis leaving means for William Saliba, and I think if you look at it, it's quite straightforward, unless Rob Holding is going to be the long-term successor of David Louis. Otherwise, I think it's pretty quite straightforward. If you have a player a player like David Louis, the moment he leaves, William Saliba should be taking over. So we're going to discuss a lot of that. We have changed Arsenal have changed their badge back to a cannon. Again, that is news that has been confirmed, so we might talk about that in the next video. I would really want to talk about transfers in this one fully. And of course, we're going to also talk about Yavis Bissouma because according to football.london, they're saying Bissouma is open to an Arsenal move. Sunderbad is also open to an Arsenal move. However, the price tags of all these players will be a problem, and takes us back to the fact that Arsenal will not actually sign expensive players, however much the manager has been promised to be backed. So we are going to get into it. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Make sure you've hit the like button as well. It really means a lot. And get me your comments about all these stories. We are going to discuss David Louis in detail, leaving the club. We are also going to discuss the story of Eduardo Camavinga joining Arsenal pretty in detail. So let's get the party started. Arsenal to prioritize signing Rene's midfielder Eduardo Camavinga this summer, according to L'Equipe. Arsenal are targeting Rene's Camavinga ahead of the summer transfer window, according to L'Equipe. Arsenal are set to focus their transfer efforts on signing Rene's midfielder Eduardo Camavinga in the 2021 summer transfer window, according to a report in France. French media outlet Le Sport, as well as quoted by the Metro, is reporting that the North London side have made Camavinga their priority in the summer transfer market. The same article states that Arsenal are working hard behind the scenes to try to orchestrate a deal for the 18-year-old ahead of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. According to the same story, the Gunners are facing stiff competition for Camavinga amid interest from PSG, Bayern and Manchester United. The report claimed that Arsenal are doing everything to be perfectly positioned to sign League One's League One's highly rated teenager in the 2021 summer transfer window. Le Sport report that Arsenal have what is described as a major operation underway to secure the signing of Rene's midfielder this summer. The French media outlet claimed the Gunners and other interested suitors will have to pay 50 million euros, that's around 53 million pounds, to convince Rene's to part with to part company with an 18-year-old. That is not true. I'm going to explain that, just in a little bit. And of course, they said the report adds that Camavinga's current contract expires in 2022, leaving Rene's with a a precocious position. Camavinga has scored 1 goal and made 2 assists in 33 games in the League One this season. So that's the first story to talk about. Eduardo Camavinga is the priority of Arsenal, not Yavis Bissouma. So it is apparently many reports now are trying to have started showing us that Bissouma was never an Arsenal priority. However, we cannot dismiss all the reports that have come out and said Arsenal is also working as hard as possible. They're working as tirelessly as possible to sign Yavis Bissouma. We cannot deal away with such reports. These are reports that are quite truthful, and they have been here ever since January. So I think we shall keep a very, very close eye on Bissouma, Sander Badge, and Camavinga. And let me tell you what is interesting for me about all this first is first and foremost, the transfer window has not started. Like I said, whenever the media see that you are in need of supply, you are in demand, what they will do is they will try to orchestrate those channels of supply. So that's what literally they are trying to do. They're trying to link us with every player in the midfield possible. That's why I'm really surprised that the media have not actually said anything about Boubakary Soumaré moving to Leicester City, because he's going to move to Leicester City. A deal has been agreed, and I thought they would link us to Boubakary Soumaré in some way, but it doesn't look like so many reports are talking about that story actually, about Boubakary Soumaré finalizing a deal to Leicester City. Not so many reports are talking about it, but the truth is Boubakary Soumaré would have been another interesting player to see in an Arsenal jersey. If you're looking for a perfect CM, if you're looking for a perfect midfield partner for Thomas Partey, I don't know why we didn't go for Boubakary Soumaré. He's just £23 million. That would have been a good deal. Honestly, we were linked with him in the summer, and at the moment when his contract was just about to run down, I thought we would have gone with that, with such a deal. So you can see how much of hypocrisy there is in all these media reports. But L'Equipe and Litten Sport, those are two of the most trusted sources of football news in France. And I think we've got to trust them, because there is nothing we can do. We've got to trust them. It's coming from France, and it's coming from Litten Sport and L'Equipe. So basically what they're saying is Mikel Arteta is in love and is obsessed with the signing of Eduardo Camavinga. He wants him to be his priority transfer target. Oh, it's a good. I mean, it's something positive. You take it. You take the positivity. I mean, the report further says that Arsenal are doing whatever it takes behind the scenes to sign Eduardo Camavinga. However, we face a lot of competition from Bayern, City, and Manchester United. This is crazy. This is a very, very crazy deal. But first and foremost, I think it shows you, those people who have been asking me, Kosi, either Camavinga or Bissouma, the fact that the likes of City, the likes of United, the likes of Bayern, are fighting for the same deal. It only shows you how good this young player is, and I don't want to place him ahead of all the players that I've been linked with, because I like him, but I place him ahead of them because I think he's special. He's an 18-year-old player who is very, very special. Very special. So I like Camavinga. There's no question about that. I like Bissouma as well. I've talked about Bissouma before. And I said I would take him. I would take him at Arsenal. There is no reason as to why I would refuse to take a player like Yves Bissouma at Arsenal. But for me, Camavinga is the better player. And I've said that before. The competition with Bayern and Manchester City, that is something very, very scary. I think whenever I've not seen Arsenal win a transfer against City. I've not seen that. I mean, have we competed with City before in terms of transfers? I'm not really sure about that. But I've not seen Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal will beat City to any signature of a player. The likes of Bayern, I don't see Arsenal compete with Bayern for the same player. It would be absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I think the fact that his contract runs down in 2022, I think it's only unfair to say that it's going to be around 43 million pounds. However good he is, his contract is running down. We are in 2021. His contract runs down in 2022. He has 1 year left on his contract. Next summer, he can leave on a free deal. So I think what Rene is doing, they're trying to capitalize on the competition. They're trying to survive off the competition. The likes of Bayern pushing Arsenal, and the likes of Arsenal pushing Manchester City and United, because they know the player is is a hot item. But I think with the contract situation right now, without the competition, CAMAVIGA is around 30 million pounds. That's the truth. His quality, his valuation as a player, yeah, you could agree. 50 million euros, that is the price. But I think it's a little bit more negotiable. You could actually get him for as low as 35 million pounds if Arsenal get in that negotiating position. The question is, aren't we going to pay far too much for CAMAVIGA because we are in the list of negotiating positions? If you compare us to the likes of City, the likes of Bayern, it looks like it is Arsenal who have less to say and much to pay. And that's how I think that's how our summer is gonna look like. Less to pay, less to say, much to pay. I mean, you're not going to talk about Champions League. You're not going to talk about Europa League. You're not going to talk about a good season. You're not going to talk about anything good about your club. All you have to do is to pay more to get good talent, or you actually move away with the crap. And I think we do not want the crap this round in the summer. So Arteta says he wants this guy as a priority. Arsenal is doing whatever it takes. A lot of hard work is going on behind the scenes so that we get Eduardo Camavinga. That will be something interesting. We wait. I wait to see. I wait happily to see what happened with the contract situation. Around Eduardo Camavinga. He's a beautiful player. One of the things you're gonna love about him is his ability to drive that ball forward and his ability to create chances. His creativity is one thing that is very interesting. So we wait to see what happens with Eduardo Camavinga. Like I said, it's never going to be an easy deal for Arsenal to do. Never. It's never going to be an easy deal for Arsenal to do. But bottom line, I think Arsenal can do the deal. That's it. I think Arsenal can do the deal. Now, there is also a report that has been reported that David Luiz is going to be leaving the club. Actually, not a report. It is confirmed. David Luiz is going to be leaving Arsenal permanently at the end of the season. That is as per David on Stein, and it is also as per The Athletic and as per Fabrizio Romano. Now, according to David on Stein, through The Athletic, he says, David Luiz leaving Arsenal at the end of the summer. The 34-year-old told the club today that, and it has all been agreed. AFC have not offered a new deal, even if they did, the Brazilian international defender wouldn't have signed, as a decision had been made far ago. So David Luiz confirmed he will be leaving Arsenal. And at the end of the season. What do you think about Luiz leaving? It's a big question. What do you think about David Luiz leaving Arsenal at the end of the summer? Because honestly, I think I'm going to miss David Luiz. I mean, this is so shameful of me to say this, but I think I'm going to miss David Luiz. And the reason I'm going to miss Luiz is not because he's been the perfect top class centre back, but I think there are attributes he has as a player. There are things he's been providing to us as a club that we cannot get from anywhere else. If you outsource in our squad, the experience, the leadership, and a player who has won titles. I think that is something that you are not going to get in this Arsenal squad anywhere. I mean, not anywhere. And you've seen how we struggle without David Luiz, because literally our players Pablo Mari, I mean, he plays like a 22-year-old, kid, promising always to improve. He's 27 years old. The likes of William Saliba, the likes of Robolding, the likes of Gabriel, they're never gonna give you that experience. They're never gonna get that experience. And where are they gonna get it? If the experienced centre back who's been playing next to them is going to leave the club. But bottom line, I think it's time to go. It's time to go for David Lowy. I mean, we need to work out. We need to work out the best centre back partnership next season. Whether it is Saliba, whether it is Magalhaes and Saliba, we need to work out. We need to work it out. And all I can say is a farewell to David Lowy. I think the mistakes he committed last season, for me, he has corrected them, and I forgive him for turning our season upside down last season. This season, he's been a pillar, a major pillar in Arsenal's season. And it's a very, very big shame that we cannot actually keep him. But I think we don't owe him anything, and he doesn't owe us anything. But what to talk about in this David Lowy situation at the moment, I think, is what is going to happen next. That's the big question. What happened next with David Lowy now leaving the club for any for a potential transfer away is do you bring in William Saliba back in the team? David Ornstein has already said that the club will be looking at bringing back Saliba at the club. That has been confirmed. So we are bringing it back. We are bringing back William Saliba from loan from Nice. He's going to be playing with us next season. Is he going to become a major pillar? Is he going to become a major centre back for Arsenal? Do we go for a new centre back? Are we going to use Robolding? Because honestly, if you're going to use Robolding as a pillar in that centre back partnership, it's a big mistake. You would rather give David Lowy a new season. I don't think Holding has the capability. He's not good enough. He's never going to be good enough. That's the word. Not good enough. I don't think it's ever going to be good enough for this football club. So David Luiz's transfer leaves a lot of questions. I know many Arsenal fans that do not like him are celebrating, but at the end of the road, you've got to think about the questions that it creates. Do we go for a new centre back, or is it going to be Robolding? Because for me, it means two things: either Saliba, because Dinos Mavropanos doesn't look set to be playing with us next season. So it's either Saliba or Robolding. Or do we go for a new centre back? And in my case, I don't think we should go for a new centre back. We shouldn't waste money on a new centre back. There are a lot of places to work on in that squad. We don't need to go for a new centre back. But I think Luiz will be missed. Not dearly on my side, but I think I'll miss him. I'll miss his experience. I'll miss his pedigree. I'll miss his leadership in that, the way he organizes the center, the defense. You're gonna miss such a player. It's the reason that's why Chelsea have Thiago Silva. You've seen Manchester United crumble without Harry Maguire. However much he gets a lot of stick from the fans. You've seen the usefulness of Virgil van Dijk. You need that kind of defender. We've got to agree. And Luiz has been providing us with that opportunity, an opportunity to have an experienced centre-back at the helm of everything. The big question is what happens from there? What will Arsenal do from that situation? Now, the other story is about Arsenal getting in a right back. And David Ornstein has just said 47 minutes ago that a new right back... No. A new right centre-back. This is quite funny. A new right centre-back has been one of the two priority positions in Arsenal's summer 2021 recruitment plan since last autumn/winter. William Saliba will return from Nice on loan, and all previous indications have been he will fight for a place. There is obviously lots more to sort out too. Okay. So this looks like it's getting a little bit more interesting. David Ornstein of course, one of those journalists I trust and you must trust as well. If you're an Arsenal fan, he always breaks those Arsenal stories. He says a new right centre back has been one of the two priority positions. Get this, one of the two priority positions in Arsenal's summer plans. It's funny. It's so funny. So it looks like Arsenal will want to sign a new right-footed centre back. With David Luiz leaving, it only now makes sense. It makes sense. At first, I thought it was a right back. By the way, I had not paid attention to details. Sorry for that. But it looks like Arsenal will be signing a new right-footed centre back. We've been looking at a couple of them, the likes of Bissouma. The likes of Ibrahima Konate, who will be signing for Liverpool now. And I've not seen Arsenal linked with right-footed centre-back targets. I mean, have you seen any guys Arsenal linked with right-footed centre-backs? I've not seen that. We last saw that. I think we last saw Konate. He was the last Arsenal, the last player to be linked with Ibrahima Konate, to be linked with Arsenal as a centre-back. But Onstein says Arsenal will try to sign a centre-back. In my case, I think it's not necessary. It's not necessary. We have Rob Holding and William Saliba. At the moment, try to give them a chance, because I think the moment we sign in a centre back in the summer, it only means that Saliba is going to be in the same position, in the same awkward position next summer. Because literally, if you get in a centre back this summer, Saliba is never gonna get that playing time that's been getting at Nice. And what is funny is this guy has signed around 4 years. He has already spent 2 years on loan. How do you convince him to sign a new deal? What are you going to tell William Saliba to sign a new deal at Arsenal? So I think it wouldn't be the best of transfer arrangements if Arsenal got in a new right-footed centre back. I think we need to give some time. We need to give some time to William Saliba, and of course, I do not really trust Rob Holding, but he can be a backup centre back. He can be a backup centre back. I've seen Saliba. We have reacted to Saliba. I think it's good. I think he deserves a chance. But anyway, this is according to reports. But David Onstein is a very, very close journalist with Arsenal, and when he says Arsenal will try to get the signature of a new centre back, then you've tried to, you'll have to believe it. Now, again, according to the AFC staff, they're saying Ryan Bertrand is reportedly among the players being looked at after it was confirmed he will leave Southampton at the end of the season. Football.London also understands Arsenal are competing with Leicester City to sign Hibernian left back Josh Doidge. So, in terms of other transfers, we are also looking at a left back, and we are looking at Hibernian player Josh Doidge. However, we are fighting with the Leicester City to see what happens with that transfer as well. Okay, what are you people saying in the chat? Kosi, I think Bissouma is better because of Premier League experience. No, the truth is CAMAVIGA is ahead of. In terms of our transfer priorities, the better player is Eduardo CAMAVIGA. Why can't Arsenal sign two good midfielders in that midfield, in the likes of CAMAVIGA and Buendia or Bissouma, at least to boost and make the team stronger? That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, bro. Chinedu. Hello, Kosi. Hope you're well. I'm very well, Gogo. How are you doing? Even me, I'm going to miss Luiz, but it's time for Saliba. I hope Saliba gets the chance. I mean, what's going to be ridiculous is Luiz leaving and then Saliba doesn't get the chance. Luiz is leaving is the best news, and please, he should leave with Willian. In our last game, Gabriel tried those Luiz passes. Even though most were not successful, we need another mature player. Understood. Curses, I think he is hyped. Why PSG is not chasing him. This is according to Henry. Luiz is a sign of good living, is a sign of good things. I would sell Holding and bring Saliba and Anderson from Fulham. Thank you so much. We need to pace. We need pace in the defense. This is according to Google. Geoffrey says, and I think Luiz is the best defender at Arsenal leadership, passing and those long balls. I think we're going to miss that from him dearly. Sure, I'm going to miss him. This is according to Alex. Sevilla defender, I think. Are you saying Jose Koundé? It's not easy to sign Jose Koundé at the moment. Luiz will go and then be replaced with William Saliba, and I have also read that Aziz will be given a big role in the first team. No, it's never gonna be a big role. It's never be realistically how I convinced that Miguel Aziz is gonna have a big role in Arsenal's season next season. It really doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Stella says, can't we at least keep him for a year with Saliba learning from him? That could make sense. That was my suggestion. That was my initial suggestion. Why don't Arsenal try to keep Luiz for at least another season, as we groom a new right-footed centre back, as we groom a new centre back? But the way Arsenal does its deals, because he tried to give them a chance, sounds like mediocrity to me. Okay. Thank you, Kosi. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Always means a lot. And I'll be back at exactly 9:30. We shall discuss the new jersey, the new kit, and we shall discuss more Arsenal news, obviously.